G'day viewers, today I will be kicking off a new series called Why You Should Watch. So get ready to find out why you should watch the 1988 Western Young Guns.
Mount up, regulators!
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s show and my new series, Why You Should Watch. Now today I will be giving you the lowdown on why you should watch the 1988 Western Young Guns. For starters guys, this film has an amazing cast. I mean, you've got 6 young actors in their prime, saddled up, they're on horses, they're carrying guns, they're in Western garb, and it tells the story of the famous American outlaw Billy the Kid. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch a film about young Billy? And this film gets all those elements right. It's an interesting story, an engrossing story, an exciting tale. We have Emilio Estevez as Billy. We also get Emilio's brother, Charlie Sheen. And guys, we get Kiefer Sutherland, we get Lou Diamond Phillips, and we get the 2 lesser-known saddle tramps, Casey Simasco and Dermot Mulroney. So they're a real formidable bunch of guys here. There are some elder statesmen on the cast list who are also great in this. We have Terence Stamp as John Tunstall, the English gentleman who tries to tame and refine these young men in the film's early scenes. And of course we have Jack Palance as the villainous rancher Lawrence Murphy, who is a chilling presence throughout the film. So the cast, guys, is one of the big reasons why you should watch Young Guns. I mean, these guys are fantastic. The camaraderie is really, really cool. It's great seeing them on horseback. They really were the Magnificent Six of the 80s. I mean, that's a play on the Magnificent Seven, I know that. But what was really cool about the Young Guns film is that they weren't making westerns in the 80s, really. I mean, in 1985 you had Silverado, which was this big Lawrence Kasdan film. It had Scott Glenn, Kevin Kline and Kevin Costner. Danny Glover was also in there, and Clint Eastwood did his little western called Pale Rider, which was a bit of a mysterious take on Shane. But guys, when Young Guns came out in 1988, I mean, the Western wasn't in vogue. And this film breathed new life into the Western. I mean, you had 6 young actors in there that really added flavour to this thing. I mean, they were fascinating to watch. And the camaraderie, as I said, was really, really cool between them. And I think there was a bit of a void in the cinema landscape there. I mean, there was all these different types of films, special effects films, comedies, action movies, crime dramas, thrillers, and then all of a sudden you throw this Western into the marketplace in 1988, and it was a really neat piece of escapism. And that's another reason why it worked so well in the 80s. And today, it really works so well because people are intrigued by this Billy the Kid tale. And I think that this film gets the story right. I think it really has an authenticity to it, and the young guys sell this material like nothing else. So in this film we have Billy the Kid and his small band of regulators, and this is a bit of a revenge tale. And I tell you what, Emilio Estevez is one of the big reasons to watch this film. I mean, you know him from those Brat Pack films where he starred in The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire. And here, he is the titular man, he is Billy, and there is a lot going on in terms of acting. For starters, he has the right look for the film, he is of the right stature, and he adds a lot to it. I mean, it starts off kind of like he's this innocent young cattle guy that is a little bit naive. And as the story goes on, he transforms into this very ruthless, fearless killer, Billy the Kid, and he is pushed over the edge when John Tunstall, which is this English gentleman that takes Billy and the young boys in, is killed by ruthless rancher Jack Palance. So aside from the great cast, guys, and that this is a Billy the Kid story, we really have some exciting action set pieces here. I mean, the ending of this film, you don't get your stock standard Western shootout, you know, the face-off where they meet in the street and they kind of have a draw. You do not get that here. I mean, this film is about 6 young men. They've kind of fighting at the end to survive, and they end up shacked up in this house, and there's a real fiery ending to this. We get an exciting set piece where Billy kind of jumps out of a trunk in the street and blows guys away, and it really was a different sort of edge-of-your-seat ending. And I think that lingers on in people's minds for those that have seen Young Guns. And these action set pieces are great. You've got Lou Diamond Phillips there with the knives. You've got some great shoot-'em-up action with Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie. And I mean, you've got the camaraderie between those two saddle tramps, Dermot Mulroney and Casey Siemaszko. And guys, one of the things that people are still talking about today is there's a very comical sort of hallucinogenic scene where the guys take peyote out in the desert. And guys, what can I say? I mean, you've got Dermot Mulroney there saying, "Look at the size of that chicken." And they're sort of a bit strung out in the West. There's a lot of anarchy in this film, and it just makes for a real Wild West tale. So, guys, the Billy the Kids of the past, your Robert Taylors, your Paul Newmans, I mean, they all tried to do it, but I think the one that really was the memorable one was this one in 1988, starring Emilio Estevez. Now, I must say that there is a kill or be killed element to this film that adds an unpredictability to the action sequences. We never know who is going to bite a bullet next, which gives this film a reckless heart and a carefree spirit. So the cast is great in this. The story is really engrossing. I mean, this is a Billy the Kid tale like no other. And when I say like no other, it's because Emilio Estevez fits his role so well. He shows light and shade. He shows all the elements to make Billy the Kid a really compelling character. So he gets you in, and guys, these young actors that surround him, I mean, they pepper the production. There's some laughter there, there's some humour, there's some really intense moments, there's emotional content here between the guys, and it all makes for a very exciting film. What I will say about Young Guns is you do not even have to be a Western fan to enjoy this one. There's just enough going on with the story. The actors are compelling, interesting and fun. So you just jump on board, you go along for the ride, and there's a great music score in this film as well. And it's kind of like a bit of a rock and roll Western. I mean, they're not out there with guitars, but you sort of feel that there's a wild element to this, like you should when you watch a Western. I mean, it was the Wild West. And this film certainly gives you 6 untamed men, and they're fascinating to watch. And it's a great revenge tale, and it's a great Billy the Kid story. So Young Guns has all the elements, guys, to make a great Western, but just a great piece of escapism. So there's many reasons why you should watch Young Guns, and I would say to you now that there's also a sequel. You may have seen it. You may have only seen the sequel and not the first film, but there's a sequel as well. And guys, another big reason why you should watch Young Guns is because there's hopefully, fingers crossed, a brand new Young Guns film coming out. I mean, Emilio Estevez has talked about it. Lou Diamond Phillips has mentioned it in interviews. So the guys are coming back for, hopefully, Young Guns 3, alias Billy the Kid. Emilio has a hand in the writing, and the news is that he may even direct. So that's another good reason to check this film out, guys, because there will be a lot of buzz surrounding this sequel if it happens. And man, what can I say? Young Guns is just a fun ride. It always has been. And Young Guns is a real men's film. And, these guys really care for each other. They stand side by side with each other. They will protect each other to the end, fight to the end. And it really has that camaraderie of like a football team. You've got 6 guys and, they really bring it. So Young Guns is an exciting Western from 1988. And if you haven't seen it, guys, please check it out. So I hope you've enjoyed this little episode on why you should watch Young Guns. There are plenty of reasons, guys, from the cast to the story to just the general action set pieces are fantastic. So check it out, guys, if you haven't. And I hope that today's video, if you're a fan of Young Guns, it makes you want to go and revisit the film and soak it up again, because this is really, one of those unforgettable Westerns. It came during a Western drought there in the 80s. It lifted the genre to a new level. And guys, it's such a memorable film because of the actors, because of the action, because of the music, and just because it is an exciting piece of escapism. So check out Young Guns from 1988. It was an absolute pleasure reflecting on this fantastic Western, and you will see me again very soon. So until then, guys, this is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and just as exciting as Billy and the Regulators. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.